I made $56,000 last week alone trading my funded next accounts, and I'm about to share with you how. Now, Trump's tariffs didn't just rattle global trade recently, it also had an impact on the gold market. As trade tensions heated up, investors started to shift their money into the safe havens. But how does this correlate with my strategy? Well, let's jump into the charts and I'll show you exactly how. So we have gold on the chart here, and if you've been catching up with my recent YouTube uploads, this daily chart is pretty much where we left off a few weeks ago. So I note a bullish trend and I use daily ranges to plot the daily swing highs and swing lows. So we can see that the last daily range before last week even begun, we were very much bullish, and we can now actually extend this to today's recording, which is the 18th of April, and we can see all we've done is extended a daily bullish range from here to here. That's all. So we dropped down to a 4-hour and we're waiting for time frame alignment. So at the time, our daily bullish range was the same range as our 4-hour range, and if we see this smaller range actually heading into what I'm about to share with you on the 15-minute and below for entries, each day just extended higher and higher until we got to where we are again now, 18th of April. So we were still contained within bullish trend, bullish ranges. You can see that in a time of turmoil where the stock market is plummeting and there's unpredictability and uncertainty in the markets, but gold being a safe haven, price is continuing to the upside, and that's exactly what I was expecting and exactly what I was going to capitalize on. So if you drop down to a 15-minute, that's literally it for a higher time frame, by the way, guys. The daily was done in seconds, and so was the 4-hour. That's the beauty of a trending market. Now, if we go to the 15-minute, by the way, indicator I have on here is sessions. I'll actually tell you exactly which one it is. If I just go to the source code, we can see down here when it loads exactly which one it is, because a lot of you guys are asking me. So it's FX Market Sessions by Boyd Toki. That's the one that I'm using. And I've got Asia session, London session, and New York. Asia is midnight till 6 a.m. UK time. London is 8 till 10 a.m. UK time. And my New York session is plotted 2:30 till 4 p.m. UK time. But I will trade outside of these sessions if the setup occurs. But all of these three trades that I'm about to share with you were all inside either London or New York kill zone session. Right. So what I do also to make sure I have time frame alignment with the 15-minute and the 4-hour, just two time frames, is I use 15-minute ranges. So I'm using a GAN box now on the most recent bearish range. This is on Monday, the 14th of April, by the way. So markets opened. We have Asia session here. You can see the market opening gap actually over here. And prices are pushing lower. So we see one break to the downside, two breaks to the downside. So if daily and 4-hour are bullish, 15-minute is bearish, then clearly I'm not going to be buying just yet. I want to see a shift to the upside, which we got. You see Asia on Tuesday pushed to the upside and then is pulling back into what we have as a bullish day. Remember, daily and 4-hour already bullish, and the uncertainty around the stock market and Donald Trump's tariffs, the ongoing dispute with China and other countries across the globe is going to shift investors into gold as a safe haven. So we have economic factors at play as well as technical factors. This is the same strategy that I've been trading for over a year exactly, and I've been giving it away for free every single week on YouTube now since the 1st of January. It's now the 3rd week in April. So we have a bullish range on the Tuesday opening up. We have sell side liquidity resting beneath London right here, which is simply my 15-minute entry model. Daily bullish, 4-hour bullish. 15-minute has had a market structure shift to the upside. It's now bullish. I have technical reasonings behind higher prices, and I have economic reasonings behind higher prices. All I'm waiting for now is a retrace candle, a reaction at these lows, and ideally after 2:30 p.m. So we did wick before, but that was too early. And I'm going to put a screenshot up now of me actually telling my mentees exactly what I'm waiting for. And it was right after a live session with 42 of my traders that I said this is exactly what I'm going to be looking at. If price heads into this zone and takes liquidity this afternoon, I will be buying gold. And that's exactly what we got, and it's exactly what I did. And I'll show you the screenshot of the running trade up now as well. And I'll show you the screenshots later on of the closed positions too. So I actually got in early before the 15-minute closed, but we can see this one with stops around about 20 points on gold. And this one was a full 1% risk, as I've noted here, on a 200K account. So this one actually banked me $12,000 in the one trade. And by the way, I'm not risking more than 1% on any of my accounts. It's not sensible to do so. It's not about gambling. And Funded Next have a strict cap on lot size. So if I wanted to risk more than 1%, I would just breach my account. But they're a very good prop firm. They always have been very good to me. And I've totaled about 74,000 in payouts from Funded Next. And they paid them all out. So very good prop firm. Into the next day, you can see this is running really nicely. Risk is off once it's broken the 4-hour highs. And this 4-hour, if I just zoom out, this wider box is my 4-hour range. So for every 15-minute high that's created, the 4-hour is simply extending. This is what I'm doing. So at this point, this is where my 4-hour is. It's still very much bullish. All this price internal of this is all 15-minute internal structure. And there's no hard target for me why I'm closing these positions where I did. And you might look at this and say, oh, he's just calling it on trading on TradingView because that's the top. No, this is actually where I close my trades. I'll put the screenshot of all of these trades now so you can actually see for yourself where I close the positions. You call me lucky, maybe, but also I do expect price to open next week and take the highs anyway. So price is going to continue higher with or without me. So these next two positions were not on the 15-minute. And like I said, going back to the 4-hour, it's extending to the upside. So every time we break new highs, I'm just pushing the 4-hour high. So I'm just going to move this out of the way for now so we can focus on these entries. And I'm just going to bar replay this back because these are lower time frame entries. Why was I not waiting for 15-minute entries in this case? Well, I'm going to give you a secret here, something that I've not shared before. This is Asia session, right? So if Asia is really quite impulsive and there's a lot of trading volume in Asia, that's giving me an indication for later on in that day, whether it be London session or New York session, there's going to be a wider amount of trading volume and price is likely to keep pushing. If Asia is more consolidating like the day before, quite flat, which it is most of the time, then we expect a liquidity sweep on that 15-minute time frame before continuation later on. And we have an example of both scenarios here. So because we had this quite expansive amount of volume, a high amount of volume to the upside during and even after Asia, right into London, I'm expecting continuations here. And in order for me to get involved in a 15-minute entry, I need a 15-minute high, a 15-minute low, another 15-minute high, and then to come all the way back to the lows to take liquidity, followed by a 15-minute retrace. That's going to take about 2 to 3 hours to actually develop. And this is exactly what I teach my mentees in the accelerator program. And it's exactly why the scenario plays out where I'm looking at a lower time frame entry. So both of these were actually on the 1 minute. If I jump down, the same exact entry model on the 15-minute where I need time frame alignment and I want a run on liquidity inside ideally a kill zone. So we simply have sweep of liquidity and a retrace candle for the first position. As this is gold, it's a volatile market. I have really conservative stops. Again, I've gone for about 20 points on this, similar to the previous position. So I'm smashing gold on this market execution. This one was a 3-to-1 on a 200K account with 0.5% risk. So it's about $2,000 or $3,000 on this position. And then we can see on a 15-minute range point of view, we are still contained inside this bullish range for the second position. All I'm waiting for is another run on liquidity, which price gives. Same day, different session after 2:30 p.m. UK time. So New York has drove into liquidity. I'm expecting price to push higher and I market execute as price starts to push away. We don't need to be absolutely pinpoint candlestick accurate on a 1 minute time frame. As I said before, and I say every week to my mentees, is the most important thing is direction of a higher time frame, market timing. So are you in a kill zone or not? Whereas trading volatility versus not, or where you are likely to continue versus become liquidity and be manipulated. And the third thing is stop loss placement. So again, I'm being very conservative, again with around a 20-point stop with gold on here. And if I zoom back to the 15-minute, we can see how these trades played out. and I'll show on the screen all 3 of these positions while they were running. And in total, these 3 positions have accumulated around $18,000 in profits, all again from Funded Next. Now, yeah, I have some more profits landed this week and still more to come, giving me a total of $56,000 collected in the last 7 days. And actually, this strategy has now allowed me to make over $70,000 in the last 30 days. And the best part is, I haven't spent more than 30 minutes a day actually trading. If you're struggling to become a profitable trader, I work one-on-one with my students inside my accelerator program, where I share my exact strategy and even call out trades ahead of time like these. There is a link below the video where you can apply, because I don't just work with anyone and it is limited spaces. You'll also find below a link for Funded Next challenges, where you'll get an additional 20% refund every time you pass. And lastly, before you leave, make sure to like the video and subscribe to support the channel. And in return, I will keep uploading free videos every single week like these.